Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Zero coming at you with episode 32 of this MLB Road to the Show series. We shall be in this first series taking on the Kansas City Royals, our divisional opponents. In this one, as you can see in the AL Central standings, we are currently first in the division at 8-3, a much better start, I'm going to assume, than our last outing last year, in which we barely made it to 500 at 81-81 last season. But hopefully that can all change this year, as I will now fully be a part of the team for the full season, barring any possible injuries that could happen. Anything is in fact possible, which is certainly evident just kind of judging by the team construct we got going on here. No more Jose Ramirez, which I did in fact mention last episode. He was, I'm assuming, traded, because why would you just kind of like let Jose walk in free agency? You would have to trade him, and he wasn't even going to be a free agent anyway. But nevertheless, he was traded to the Minnesota Twins, for what I'm assuming is Edouard Julien, who is obviously now on this Cleveland team.
Liner picked on the hop at first, and he handles it himself for the out.
Solid start to the day for me, going 0 for 2 very quickly. Not exactly what you want to see.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Kerr drifts towards it.
I should be able to gun this man out at third.
Runner tags at second.
Mostly depending on if he wanted to go to third, and he made a bad choice there.
Down, and that ends the inning.
Usually is a bad choice when you're trying to run on me.
Set for the last half of the seventh, and now the center fielder.
I'm not entirely sure if any of my viewers do in fact pay attention to actual baseball in the standings, but as of recording this, Cleveland is typically the best team in baseball right now, in terms of win percentage. They have, I believe, a like 700 win percentage or whatever, as I hit a home run to tie up this ball game. But yeah, they are 12-5 on the year, which honestly is a much better start than I believe anybody kind of predicted for them. They were third in the AL Central last year, and just didn't really seem to have a huge identity, as Minnesota took a step up, and Detroit also took a step up to grab that second spot. Detroit honestly has not been good in a while, but it is very good to see that, like, even without Miguel Cabrera, they can still be great. But I guess I suppose they had Miguel Cabrera last year, so maybe I'm just talking nonsense. Clearly swinging on nonsense.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And a pop-up.
That's a
right
pop-up.
side, foul territory.
Don't know how the catcher wouldn't just take that, but nevertheless, not a great at-bat for me to end the game. So, 3-1 loss, only 3 hits, not great at all.
Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an easy out for the defense.
Aiden Kerr digs in for the Guardians.
It's kind of weird, though, that Cleveland is the best team in baseball. I am certainly not helping my team be the best, swinging that garbage. But Cleveland's not really a team you think of, I suppose, as for right now, as being like, you know, a #1 team, or like a huge contender. That's gone. But in 2015, 2016, when they were making like all sorts of runs to like the playoffs and going far in the postseason, making it to the ALCS, making it to the World Series even, in 2016, in which they lost to Chicago. If it was like, that was like a perfect matchup near enough, because you had Chicago, who hadn't won a World Series in literally a century, and Cleveland, who also hadn't won a World Series in 7 years. Those are like the two teams to go up against each other. It's two fantastic stories that are just kind of being told in that scenario there. And Cleveland almost had it. They were up 3-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on. Obviously, they lost at home. But it's mostly all about just getting back now. You always want to just get back to the World Series. That's obviously the main goal. And I mean, Texas did that last year. Last time they were in a World Series was 2011, in which they lost to St. Louis, I believe. David Freese had an incredible World Series. Game 6 and Game 7 are what people mostly remember. That ball just barely went fair. We're going to take 2 here. Yeah, David Freese, Game 6, had a triple to tie up the ball game. And bottom of the 11th, dead center home run to walk off the game. And David Freese, funnily enough, is like one of the... Oof. Did not play that great. So could not get that ball out of there. David Freese, as I was saying, I actually own a David Freese jersey. It's the nice powdered blue St. Louis Cardinals, and it's honestly one of my favorite sports jerseys in general that I own. And Freese played great in the last 2 games of the series, and was a big part of why St. Louis did in fact fell out, in fact. But big part of why St. Louis won that year. And Texas just hadn't really recovered past that World Series loss ever since. Couldn't really get back into the World Series. Always had like just kind of struggles after that. Like they had good players, obviously. They had Elvis Andrus. They had a man who obviously should be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm clearly blanking on his name right now, Adrian Beltre. Don't know when he's eligible, but should be in the Hall of Fame nonetheless. I don't really remember much about their pitching staff, but it was obviously solid enough to get them to the World Series. You have to have good pitching to win games, so... Had Nelson Cruz on the team for a bit there. He's just great. He had so much talent, but just kind of wasted, really. Yeah, it must have sucked to be a Texas Rangers fan through that little decade spanning there. Okay, intentionally walked. Probably a good decision by the freaking opposing manager. Can't do anything about that. I would tag up there if I was the man on second, but that's just me. Well, not much I can do in that situation, as we still look to try and get a first win for Cleveland in this series. Bailey's most likely going to just take ball 4 here after this 3-1 pitch. Yeah, St. Louis kind of was always solid after that World Series. Texas just fell off for a good bit. And St. Louis obviously now has kind of been the team to fall off. They've got tons of talent, but can't really seem to put it to good use. Guys like Nolan Gorman, Paul Goldschmidt, who finally won an MVP. It seemed like he'd been chasing that one award forever, but just never really get there. Nolan Arenado, who is not probably the best defensive third baseman, but I believe the best defensive third baseman of all time. only guy that could really come close is the man from Baltimore, who I blank on like so many names so often, and I do not know why at all. And it is so odd to me that I just like forget names. But it happens.
2 outs.
Certainly does happen.
Out into left center for a line drive base hit.
I'm not sure why it happens though, because I'm usually a good when it comes to like baseball, you know. And just like knowing who played.
Base is empty with 2 away.
It's good.
Now at the plate.
It's not Cal Ripken Jr. because he was a shortstop for Baltimore. Who am I thinking? This is going to bug me for so long now.
Slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound.
And I'm, oh my goodness. What was I thinking, Cal Ripken? I'm not thinking pop-up, I can tell you that much. Sheesh.
And that is out number 3. Bottom of the inning. Here's a big power threat. Aiden Kerr.
Brooks Robinson. Look, it's Brooks Robinson. Was Brooks Robinson even a good defender? Was he just like the only guy I could think of? How good of a defender was Brooks Robinson? He obviously like won a couple gold gloves, but I'm just... My goodness, I am so dumb when it comes to like a lot of things. And I really do not understand why. That should just be a triple. It is. 100% triple. In the meantime, I'm going to look up Brooks Robinson and try and figure out how good of a defender he was. But, yeah, see, Arenado's like the best defensive third baseman. I honestly thought O'Neal Cruz had that. Apparently he didn't, but thought he had it. Yeah, things happen. Jesus Christ, Brooks Robinson was a great defender. He won.
Good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris,
won 15 Gold Glove awards.
I think the speed factors in the most.
My God.
Here comes a 3-2.
Okay, I might be changing my opinion there. So yeah, Brooks Robinson, no longer Nolan Arenado as the best defensive third baseman. It's Brooks Robinson. For the time being, anyway. Arenado, it's always a possibility that he could pass him, but I just don't see that happening anytime soon. And yeah, Brooks Robinson is pretty good at baseball. Not sure if you knew that. I certainly didn't because I forgot the man's name, so I could not identify him. Oh my goodness, that could be bad. It's not. Well, that took away a lot of runs. Let's try and get one back here. With a base hit, but I'm getting thrown at, so let's not do that, please.
And he's the reigning American League Rookie of the Year. Wouldn't chase that time.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you
I
can believe
think
in
I've just
to
kind of
find a way to get on base.
completely, that's a single up the middle. I think I've just completely kind of like lost the plot on talking a lot of times. I feel like I have ADHD when it comes to talking. I jump from things so often that's just not even funny. I'm picked off. Oof. Oof. Well, we tied up at 3-3. Really gotta not get picked off. I think that doesn't in fact count as a caught stealing. So that sucks, but I do in fact just like hold this. Does the pitcher straight up just like get a ball called on him? I don't think that's how it works. I'm not gonna stop because I do just want to hit. Oof.
Oh, this
Okay.
guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes.
I know the pitch clock obviously is a thing.
If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets
Because it is in Diamond Dynasty, but
Witt over to first.
it's like not a thing when you're batting in the game.
On to extra innings. And now the center fielder,
Very odd.
Kyle Isbell.
But
Man at second.
this just doesn't apply if you're just like yourself, for like infinite time.
Squeezes it. And runner tags for third. Here's the throw.
Why are you tagging, man? You're out by 17,000 steps.
Double play.
You have no shot. Cleveland wins, walk off win in the 10th, so that's nice. We are kind of killing it so far this year. I mean,
And next up for the Royals,
like no one game I think has really just shown like, oh yeah, this Cleveland lineup is something to be scared of. But we have double-digit wins on the year already, I believe, as we're coming into the episode with 8 wins, and we've won 2 of these games, so... Rappel's foul, but that was ripped off the bat. Dang. Yeah, no, that's a double play ground out, my goodness. Oof. But yeah, Cleveland, like, there's no real thing that tells you, oh, this team is going to be, like, scary. People should watch out for them in the playoffs. Like, no. Main stars on the team are me, O'Neal Cruz, and Edouard Julien. And then our pitching is, like, okay at best because we've lost the 2 best pitchers in the lineup in Shane Bieber and Tanner Bybee. Both of them gone, which isn't great, but that's not a strike. You don't really need fantastic pitching. You just need good enough pitching, I think, and in the hope that your offense can just kind of carry you through it. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. With Cleveland, as I'm at the moment just kind of on the way to draw a walk against Angel Zupa. That's a fly out to center. Just under the baseball there with my PCI. That shouldn't really matter all that much. Provided that Kansas City doesn't score 7. They don't, we get 1 actually, and take the lead. So, yeah, let's start this up here.
First triple in the park, and another hit the first homer by a Cleveland player.
That's
Think you know who they were?
2 extra base hits that have been negated because I was too early on the ball.
First homer for Cleveland. Give me a hint.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, dude.
It just, like, moved my PCI up a bit. Let's on, man.
The 0-2 stays alive.
I am, like, ripping a couple of these balls, but it just doesn't seem to matter. That's a flyout, I think. Why? Oh.
So up next, Aiden Kerr.
Want that one.
2 flyouts and a ground out.
That flyout hurts.
There's a swing and a drive.
That ball should, in theory, it does. Okay.
Around third, the throw is wild.
Goes offline. It's a single. That's a single. What? No, it's not. It's a double and RBI, dude. What are you talking about?
Here's O'Neal Cruz.
Well, hang back on the ball and get lucky if you have to drive it out into the right. Not gonna fool me with that one. Not gonna get picked off.
To the right side. Steps out
first. Cruz grounds out. Really just want to keep this 2-0 lead. Hopefully Nails can help us do that. That's a pop out. Okay. I really like how your character runs like a freaking idiot. If you ever just look at the legs, it's like it looks like it's like the Fred Flintstone running on the air. He's like trying to run where there's no ground underneath him. You know what I mean. Sure, someone does. Yeah, so this Cleveland team at the moment, 11-4 on the year. Solid start to these first 15 games. I'm not gonna get there. I don't know how it's gonna go. That man's gonna reach easily because I just threw the ball like way too late. Don't know what I am doing there with J.P. Crawford. Singles and breaks right over the third set. Basically just gift Seattle the lead already, but hopefully he can bring it back in a second. Just gotta stay on top of Luis Castillo here. That's an error, so safe first. Good old E6. I'm J.P. Crawford, funnily enough, so things just kind of work out that way, it seems sometimes.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Swung on, belted, back there.
Oh, please get out. Really wanted the grand slam from O'Neal Cruz there, man. Really wanted one. Didn't get it though. Yeah, hopefully it's going to hopefully get a steal. They're actually going to trap the third. So decently smart base running from me. Bo Naylor grounds out, but brings in a run as Arias steps up to the plate now.
Cleveland up a run, looking for more. That one
Strike out.
to finish him off.
Yeah.
Now it's Dominic Smith.
And Seattle immediately
Right-hander kicks
gets a couple of runs back.
He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Here's the throw to the plate.
What?
Coming home. Ball comes home.
What the hell happened there? Why didn't I catch the ball? Why? Man, that was weird. It's like a thing where the ball died or something. I legitimately don't know what happened. I'm also not sure why. You have 28 speed, brother. Why are you trying to go first to third on a ball that's hit maybe like 180 feet deep?
It's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate.
He can pop out.
Puts it away for the out.
Great spot, dude, and that's
one down. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners.
That's what you do.
Line drive, that's a base hit out at
Not exactly the key for success there.
So a man aboard now with one away.
Didn't matter all that much.
And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the center fielder, Aiden Kerr. That misses. Ball one.
Ooh, I've run out of things to say, haven't I? What the hell am I doing?
Tosses to first, and that's one out as they get the lead.
I really should come into like these episodes with just like a list of things to talk about. So you want to talk about the presidential? No one wants to talk about that. Honestly, it's two old men, two old white men. No one gives a crap.
One-run game, bottom nine. And that's off.
My point mostly being that, like, I'm not the most creative guy, I suppose. I can go on tangents if I really want to. I can also go on stupid goddamn pop-out streaks, not help us win ball games. But when it comes to just like the flow and talking about random things off the top of my head, I'm not great at it. Can't do it. Never really had that ability within me to just talk about nothing. And some people just seem to be born with that ability. so they can just make something out of nothing happen.
Swing and a miss. Ugly swing.
My dad's kind of like that. He can, if you give him something to work with, he'll make it happen. You know. I mean, it's quite odd to think about logistically. Oh my goodness. People should really do a case study, I feel. I'm like, but maybe there already is one I just like don't know on why it is people are such good improvisers. Like, is their creativity just like that much higher than others? It's gotta be. Certain portions of their brain like spark more or something. I don't know. I'm not a neurologist or like have anything to do with the study of the brain. That's gonna be a fly out if I nope. It really seemed like it would be because I like never get lucky at all with a lot of these balls that come off my bat, but I'm lucky enough that time, so doesn't matter, I guess.
Now at the plate, got him swinging.
What else can I talk about? I got nothing. I honestly have nothing.
Off the plate inside, and that's ball one.
He's been trying to tease the
basketball playoffs are coming.
These hitters have showed patience, not going outside the strike zone.
Obviously, the Nuggets are looking good. You're obviously gonna look good if you have a guy like Nikola Jokic, dude. That guy was like just the vision that this man has. Unlike some of these passes he's doing, it's behind the back ball crap. Like a lot of the highlights, I don't understand how he manages to see some of these things. It's like swings out to Jamal Murray and bam, it's like an instant 3 points because of it.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Granted, they didn't win the West. The Oklahoma City Thunder did this year, which is not a thing anyone saw coming. I can guarantee you that. Granted, SGA, or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is probably, like... I mean, I don't think he's a favorite for MVP, but he's certainly a frontrunner for it. And it freaking makes you think of, like, how the Clippers, who initially had this man on their roster, kinda got a bit fleeced in the trade. I mean, yeah, they got Paul George, but I think that for SGA, or giving up SGA, they also had to give up, like, 1 or 2 first-round picks. And Oklahoma City also has, like, 12,000 first-rounders. Like, they're hoarding first-round picks. It is so disgusting what Sam Presti has managed to do over in Oklahoma City. The man has taken just every team's first rounder. The only problem is that you're not gonna have legitimately like any playing time for him. And I surprisingly just now realized that it's Jackie Robinson Day, and I feel like a piece of garbage for not talking about it.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. All right, Siggy, trivia time.
He's Jackie Robinson, obviously big part of American history, but an even bigger part of just baseball history, obviously. Broke the color barrier in the 50s, I believe. I'm probably wrong on that, I feel, but he certainly was just an elite ball player. Showed that obviously black men could play the game of baseball so well. Won an MVP award actually at one point in time. multiple-time All-Star, obviously a Hall of Famer, and now we have Jackie Robinson Day as 42 is retired league-wide in the MLB. The only other sports organization to do that for a player would in fact be the NHL with Wayne Gretzky, because his number 99 is retired league-wide as well. Which is just a testament to show, like, how good those two players were, how influential they were when playing those sports. Because if you legitimately get your number retired by every single team in the league, or like the league mandates that you retire your number, or mandates that all the teams retire this number because of how, like, influential you were, you know you were something special. There's no doubt about that. And I can't really think of, like, a player that would be like that guy in a couple of the other sports organizations. I mean, basketball, you'd have Michael Jordan at 23, obviously, but then you wouldn't get guys like LeBron James wearing 23 now. Granted, I believe he's wearing 6 for the Lakers. Could be wrong about that, though. I am honestly just, like, not having a good day at the plate. But football, I think just with how, like, intense the rivalries are in American football, you will never get 12 retired league-wide because of Tom Brady. But he's, like, I think the only guy that you would do that for. Does that make a great diving catch to get Cleveland the win in this one? So, that's always nice. This is going to be a very long episode, I'm just now realizing. But this game should in fact be the final one in it. So, let's see what I can in fact make of this final game against Seattle and the final one in the episode. So make a quick catch to nab J.P. Crawford out in center. As I was saying, because I think literally every single team just outright hates Tom Brady with like a fiery passion. Except for well, even New England, I'm swinging at garbage, dude. New England, the Patriots are like the only team that might not hate Brady, but he left them, so maybe, I guess. And
at the belt and fires. Rips that one center field.
Yeah, Tom Brady was so influential because he has the most rings in NFL history at 7. He has more than any franchise does. The New England Patriots have 6 rings, and so do the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Tom Brady himself has 7. And I legitimately do not know if there will ever be just like another player at any point in history, besides when, like, I suppose a league was created that has more championship wins than actual teams that have been alive for longer than the player has been alive. Which is, I suppose, just a testament. That's a 4-pitch walk. It's a testament to how good of a player Tom Brady was, and that he could in fact do it without Bill Belichick if he really needed to. Because he clearly did.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
I mean, Brady's probably, he's obviously not like the best athlete, because he's a great quarterback. If we're like talking pure athletes as like the greatest athlete of all time, then I'm not really sure who I would put there. Because people will like heavily debate and argue about it. Tom Brady couldn't run like 100 meters in under 20 seconds. I don't know. Well, he probably could. He's not fast, is what I'm saying. He's not like what you picture when you think like athlete, I suppose. You pick someone that's just like, I suppose, a physical specimen. A guy that's like big and muscular, like 6'4", 220, probably legitimately like Jimmy Garoppolo looks in that department, I suppose. But like fast to a degree, I suppose. If you're purely talking athlete, I guess that's what I believe a lot of people. That's what I believe a lot of people would in fact think. I'm thinking athlete, but I suppose that's a conversation for next time on who the greatest athlete of all time is. As, my goodness, we still have one more game against Seattle, but that doesn't matter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to, and as always, I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.